Hey guys, Jude here. Today's Monday, and the thing in my throat got considerably worse, so that's great. I'm playing a game for once. My sister, for Christmas in 2021, bought me Mario Odyssey, and I never really played it. Well, I did. I played up to like the second, I think it's the third kingdom, because there's the Cap one, and then there's the dinosaur one, and there's the one after that. And I think it was the third one or whatever. And it's shit. It's really fucking bad. It's something I never really talked about before, but I had like an epiphany last year, where just like I realized like the Switch like sucks, which I never really realized until I got it in 2020, and I never played it. Like there's some games I played. I played a little bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Maker 2. Well, of course I played the 3D All-Stars. But this is all just shit I've played before. Like, I've played this all before. And even this, I'm like, this is just 3D World, but shit. And it's just like, they're using the 3D Land engine still. So it's like, there's so many times where it's like depth perception and just the controls. It's just like, it's not good because it's designed to be played on a 3D screen. Even though this game's not designed to be played like that. But the engine itself is, and it sucks ass. 3D World was great because it was just 3D Land, but on a greater scale on console. And so it was good. This is just 3D Land, but it's trying too hard to be open world, and the controls are not baked well or good. And there's a reason I haven't played it since March 10th, 2022. Is because it just wasn't grabbing me. It just wasn't a good fucking game. I started playing the game in March of 2022. I didn't play it immediately when I got it. I waited for a while until I was like, oh, I should probably play this game. And then I did. And it was shit. And of course, I'm also encountering now like many of the reasons why the Switch is bad. The controllers, they're fine, except they disconnect from the console when it's more than 3 feet away from you. People make fun of the Wii U for like, oh, the gamepad disconnects when you're behind like a wall. Yeah, well, the Switch disconnects if you're behind fucking thin air. If you are more than 3 feet away from the system, you will lose connection to the console. You will. Like, buttons and shit just don't register. And it sucks, especially on a game like this, where the controls aren't really as tight as something like Galaxy or Sunshine, so it's just not fun to just playing, like just running around as Mario doesn't feel that good. On top of like level design that's just like not very intuitive or fun, mostly just walking around trying to find out where the fuck you're supposed to go. And then there's like just cutscene after, like, everything you do, there's like a long ass cutscene, and you could skip it, but skipping is just, you press the plus button and then you press the A button, and then there's this whole animation. It's like come on. And then there's so many loading screens, like when you go between worlds and Cappy's talking, he's like, did you know you can press the A button to jump? And it's like, holy fuck, I'm on the last world, I didn't know that. Wow. I'm glad I had to spam A through this fucking text boxes just to go to the next world that I already know is immediately loaded because it's reading a cartridge off, like it's just reading like a fucking SD card. Like, it's such a bad game. Or it's so bad. It's not even like awful, it's just like mediocre. And it's just like, the Switch itself is bad too. There's no personality. It's not strong enough. The game is lacking. New Donk City, if you go like 3 feet away, literally 3 feet, you just slowly walk away from a person walking, the frame rate of their walk cycle decreases like exponentially, and it's so visible. It's like how we I guess we were just blinded by like when the Switch came out, like the Wii U, and like, oh, the hype of the Switch, and it's like we were so blinded because it's such a shit console, so underpowered. It literally uses a at this point 12-year-old processor. Like, it's so bad. And normally I'm all for Nintendo's like use not even obsolete but older hardware to like, save money, keep it cheaper, and keep it so that developers already know like how to develop for this thing. And then also like they know how to work around the hardware. But with this, they're pushing it. And this is like it's just I don't know. Like, it's just at a point where it's like, okay, you gotta move on. And hopefully next year they're making a new system. But The next system is also rumored to be portable system, which hopefully means they don't compromise on performance. And hopefully they don't like compromise on the games themselves. Because with this system, this Switch, it seems like most every game is just like a shitty mobile game or a shitty 3DS game, when like it shouldn't be. Also, the menu has zero personality. Also, the menu is in fucking 240p stretched to 1080, which I don't like. I don't like that it fucking, you go into a game and the games look fine on that monitor there, which is 1080p. It looks even better, but on the TV it looks like shit because it's a 4K TV and the content's like 720 or some shit, which that's another thing. Wii U games would run in 1080p 60 natively, while Switch games can barely push 720. Yeah, the game looks pretty fine. You look at that text there, and it looks kind of blurry, but it's okay. And then you go here, and it's just like fucking... I don't know how well that's coming out on the camera, but it's just so blurry. Because it's like 360p being blown up to 720p, being stretched to 1080p. It's just fucking dog shit. And I guess they wanted to keep it light or whatever, or but it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And it just made me sad. It just made me sad how far Nintendo has fallen. Like, I don't know. Like, have you ever tried to do anything on the Switch? Like, look at the news tab without it, like, having to wait 5 years for it to load, like, one image at a time? Or just going into the eShop and, like, scrolling? You can't. You can't. It's just it's just awful. And it's like, do the people that work at Nintendo even work there? Like, does anyone work? Does anyone use their own thing that they made? I don't know. I don't know. And it's just I hate it. I hate it. Like, I think to games on the Wii, like Galaxy or something, and it's just like, wow, this game looks good. And even though it's in 480p and it's on the Wii and it like looks, it's got that weird blurring filter on there, but it looks good. It runs good. It's 60 FPS the whole time. Rarely does it ever slow down, but this, you can't go 3 seconds without it slowing down, or without, like, frame drops, or like things looking really fucking stupid. And just, I can't get, like, the controls are just so bad. It's just not, it's not good. It's just like, it feels rushed. It feels like like they're trying to do this. It's just the engine's not there. I don't know really how to describe this disappointment, I guess. That's the best thing I could say, is I'm just disappointed. I don't know. That's what the Switch has mostly its whole life just been a disappointment. Like, yeah, it's poor. Like, that's the whole selling point. It being portable has been the only, like, thing holding it over. Is like, oh, but it's a home console you can bring around. Well, it's not a home console. I'm saying it right now. The Switch is it's a handheld system that they tried to put full console games on, but just failed. It doesn't. I don't think it works. Like for that, it's not powerful enough. Like, the Wii U was more powerful, from what I've seen. Also, the Wii U just had more to offer, with Miiverse and all that stuff, and just, like, even the games. Pretty much all the good Switch games are just ports of Wii U games. Like, what are they doing at Nintendo fucking EAD or R&D, whatever? What are they doing? Are they making games? No. Well, they're making shit games that are like, oh, well, we'll fix it later, but we'll charge you $70 now for a fucking 3DS game, basically. That's not even... I just, like, think of, like, Iwata. Like, would he approve of any of this? Like, would he be happy with this? I don't know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.